Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. So we're going to start our webinar. So I'm going to explain you how to apply for the Masters in Management with Journal School in France. So just to present myself, my name is Lauriane Muller. I'm the International Project Manager for Asia, and I've joined this lovely team just 3 weeks ago. So please bear with me, I'll do my best to explain everything. And to help me today, I have my colleague Agathe, who is going to be answering all your questions in the chat. So thank you so much, Agathe, for your help.
You're welcome. Hi, everyone.
So let's get started. Simple question, what is Journal School in France? Journal School in France is a department of the Chamber of Commerce of Paris-Île-de-France. We were created with the business schools to simplify international students' applications. So what does it mean? It means that you complete one single application for 5 business schools. These business schools are French top-ranked schools, and they are HEC Paris, Lyon, Schema, Audencia, and ESCP. And with Journal School in France, it's important to know that you can only apply for the Masters in Management. So students often ask us if there's a difference between applying through Journal School in France or applying directly to the school. And the answer is that the selection process is exactly the same. The only difference, like I said, is that you apply to 5 business schools at once. So you save time, you save money, and basically you maximize your chances. So you're probably wondering what type of students we're looking for. We're looking for students who hold a degree in higher education outside of France, regardless of a field of study. So the biggest requirement is that you must have at least 3 years of academic studies. So it can be a bachelor, a license, or a banker for Chinese students, or you must currently be studying the last year of your degree. So moving on to the online application. How do you apply? You simply go on our website, journalschoolfrance.com, and you fill out the online application form, which you can see on the screen, with your personal information, so your last name, your first name, your date of birth, your postal address. With this online application, you have to upload several documents, which you can see on the screen. You have to upload an identity document, a passport or national ID card, your diploma or certificate of attendance if you have not graduated yet, a complete transcript of your records, your written test scores, English test scores, 2 letters of recommendation, which can either be academic or professional, your CV, and the Journal School in France application fee, which is €200. So right now, I'm just going to go into a bit more detail, starting with the written test. So the written test is the management test. We accept the GMAT, the GRE, the TAJMAJ, and for Indian students, we do accept the CAT. So one recommendation that we give is that to take the test at least 1 month in advance, because it does take time to receive the results. And we often get students who have nearly complete applications, but they don't have a written test. And honestly, the written test is probably the most important documents. So really do take your test in advance. For the GMAT, we do accept the online score report. So all you have to do is take a screenshot of your score reports and upload it. And it's really important that we see your name and surname on this screenshot, because of course we need to know that it's you who took the test. For the GMAT still, you need to choose Journal School in France as one of the recipients, and then upload your online score reports in your application. Moving on to the GRE. For the GRE, you need to send your score report to one of the member schools, and again, to upload your score reports in your application. And then finally, the TAJMAJ. The TAJMAJ is an exam in French. And again, really important, you upload your score reports within your online application. Moving on to the English test. So for the English test, we accept the TOEFL, the TOEIC, IELTS, and Cambridge. For English native speakers and students who studied in an English-speaking university or school, there is no need to take an English test. All you need to do is upload a certificate stating that the medium of instruction is English, or just upload the transcript of your records where it's written that your courses are in English. Moving on to the letters of recommendation. Like I said earlier, you need to upload 2 letters of recommendation, which can either be academic or professional. Here on the screen, you have the example of like an ideal letter of recommendation, because as you can see, there's the letterhead at the top, there's the stamp of the university, sorry. But the most important is that we see the surname, the name, the position, and the contact details of your reference. So either an email address and or a phone number, simply because some schools may want to contact your reference, and of course they need the contact details because maybe they have additional questions about you, so they may need these information. And then lastly, but not least, the proof of payment. So here on the screen you have the invoice, which you need to upload. So on the left-hand side, there's a logo of a Chamber of Commerce. On the right-hand side, your contact details, and the €200 at the bottom-hand side. So once you filled out your online application form, uploaded all the required documents, you need to answer 5 motivation questions, which you can see on the screen. So it's a bit small, so I hope you can see them, but I'll read them out. So the first one is describe your proudest accomplishments. The second is describe a situation where you faced failure and what lessons did you learn from it. The third question is how does your application benefit the 5 member schools? The fourth one is did you take part in any extracurricular activities these past years? And the last one is how will you finance your studies? So it's important to know for each of these questions, there is a maximum of 500 characters per question. So you really need to be precise and concise in your answers. And we often get the question about the cover letter, and there is no cover letter. All you need to do is answer these 5 questions. So the next step in the process is the interview. So applicants will receive an email from Jonas School in France with each of the member schools' web pages where they will be posting the admissibility results. So applicants who are eligible to at least one school will be invited to an interview. Our interviews are held in one of our exam centers. So we have partnerships with French institutions like Campus France, the Alliance Française, the Chambers of Commerce, and the French embassies. We have 70 interview centers around the world, so you will get to choose the city of your choice. And like I said, but it's really important, there is just one interview for all 5 schools. So you will know in advance which schools have selected you for an interview. So if you've been selected to one school, sorry, 2 schools or 5 schools, you will only do one interview. The interview will be held in English and will last between 20 to 30 minutes. And the interview is done by a jury composed of 2 to 3 alumni, so former students from these member schools. So it's a great experience for you. And they will ask you questions about your personality, your motivation, your professional projects, and also your general knowledge. They won't ask you any questions about your academic background because this will be evaluated by the schools with your online application and the transcript of your records. So here is a summary of what I talked about. So the first step is you go on jonascoinfrance.com, you fill in your online application form, you upload all the required documents, and you answer the 5 essay questions. Then the schools and Jonas Coin France will review your application, and we will decide whether you're eligible for an interview or not. So congrats, that's a great news, and you'll be invited for an interview. Like I said, you will know which schools have selected you for an interview. And the interview, I forgot to say, sorry, it's supposed to be face-to-face, but there are some exceptions given the current circumstances. So some may be online. And then finally, the last step, and the most important, of course, is you will receive your admission results. So here is the admission calendar. We have 4 sessions per year. And this year we're already in round 4, so the last one of the year. So the application closing date is May the 2nd, which means, again, you have to fill in your online application, answer the questions, upload the required documents by May the 2nd. By the end of May, you will know if you are eligible for an interview or not. If you are, the interview period is between the 27th of May and 7th of June. And then finally, you will get your admission results by end of June. So I highly recommend that you go on our website just to see there's loads of information about the rules, about the selection process. There's a Q&A session. There's a calendar with all our webinars, and there's the links to our social media, including our YouTube videos. Just for your information, this webinar is being recorded, so you will receive the link shortly after, so you can review the webinar if you wish. And then, of course, feel free to follow us on social media. We're present on Twitter, on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, WeChat, Weibo, and YouTube. And last but not least, our lovely team. So we're five women in the team. And at the bottom left corner, you can see our email address. Join the squad in France at cci-paris-idf.fr. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us by email, or we're also available on WhatsApp. So either drop us a line or give us a call. We're always here to help you. So that's the end of this webinar. I'm just going to check the chat for any questions. Just reading.
So here everything is okay on the chat.
Okay, great.
But do not hesitate to ask your questions. It's the time for you to feel free to ask your question now because it's your time. So Lauriane is here and I'm here to answer your questions. So do not hesitate. We will stay a few minutes to collect all your questions. And just one important thing that Lauriane said, do not forget that you can apply until May 2nd. This is the last round of the year to apply for September 2022. It means that you have to complete all your online application before this date. Lauriane, do you want to answer this question? Is it beneficial to apply early or should I wait till the deadline? I think.
Of course, it's better that you apply as soon as possible, just because we need to review all your documents. So if there's anything missing, we will reach out to you. So of course, earlier the better.
Exactly. So, also question. Yes, exactly. Balkissou Abdul Karim. You can apply with Join a School in France for the MiM program and for another program in another school, of course. Or in the same schools, you can apply for Join a School in France for the MiM and, for example, apply for the master in the Master of Science, I don't know, at HEC Paris. This is an example. But if you apply for Join a School in France for the MiM management, the Master in Management program, you cannot apply at the same time at the Master in Management for the Master in Management at HEC or at Audencia. You have to choose between Join a School in France and the school. So if you prefer, if you absolutely want to go to HEC Paris, for example, you can directly go to HEC Paris. But if you don't know, if you are interested in ESCP Business School and HEC Paris and maybe EM Lyon, it's better for you to apply through Join School in France. Okay, other questions? Um,
So there's the question about the IFOL scholarship. So there is no specific round you need to apply to for the IFOL scholarship. So what we highly recommend is just that you complete your online application with all the documents, answer the questions, and the schools will review it. And if you're like a great student, they will offer you a scholarship. It's important to know that around 30% of candidates receive a scholarship, and there's also scholarships from the state or for Campus France. So that's something that we can really discuss into detail once you've completed your online application. And I get,
exactly.
please correct me
Yes,
if I'm wrong, for the next question, is there a minimum score for the Taj Mahal and the GMAT? I'm pretty sure the answer is no, but please correct me if I'm wrong.
exactly. There is no minimum score for the Taj Mahal and GMAT and GRE. So you just have to do your best. And why we are not asking for a minimum score, it's because each school has its own criteria. So just do your best. That's all I can say. And just one thing regarding the FL scholarship, I'm not sure, but for this specific scholarship, I think that there is a period, and I'm quite sure that this is in September to it's until November or something like that. So you have to check this information, please, on the on the internet, because maybe there is a period to apply for the FL scholarship. But for the other scholarship, as Lorian said, you have to start your application, to be involved in a process, to finish your process, to be admitted in a school, and then you will be able to apply for a scholarship.
Thanks, Agathe. And then one other question was, regardless of when I submit my application, as long as by the deadline, so the 2nd of May, I will still get an interview call by the end of May. So that's correct. So it's between the 27th of May and the 6th of June. So normally it should be face-to-face in one of our interview centers, and exceptionally it may be online if there's any exceptional circumstances. But yes, between end of May and the 6th of June.
Yes.
And regarding Vinay's question, with Join School in France, sorry if I wasn't clear, it's only for the Masters in Management, only the MIM. So you can't apply through Join School in France for a Masters in Marketing or in Strategic Marketing.
Do you have other questions? Ah,
I can see that someone is writing. You're welcome, Vinay.
thank you.
Okay, well, I can't see anyone writing, so I guess that's the end. Like I said, anyway, we're available by email or WhatsApp, so feel free to contact us. So thank you so much for listening. Take care and have a lovely day. And thanks, Agathe, for your help.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.